There is no rich man on earth that is a salary earner.
There's no rich man on earth who is a salary earner.
None. Everyone that is wealthy today, they don't depend on salary alone. Number 2, there is no rich man on earth that has only one source of income.
Never.
Not one. Number 3, every rich man on earth, all of them without fail, real estate is part of what they use to retain their wealth. Schools were not created to make you rich. They were created to discipline and train you to function the way those that need you want you to function. So if you meet with elderly people in their 70s or in their 80s, and they are to ask you, they won't ask you what course do you study. They will say, what is your discipline? That's what they do. They won't say, what course do you study?
Yes.
They say, what is your discipline? That means, what have you been disciplined to become? That's why all your life, you have an identity. You go to school, when you come out, they say, what's this? I say, I'm doctor, I'm engineer. You forget your name. You now start introducing yourself with the title they gave you because you went to school to be trained to become what they want you to become. So there was nothing wrong in education in the days of our parents. But what they did not realize was that the colonial masters were using this for a purpose. That is why we still have the problem today. So when you go to school, they teach you to become this, and then you become it. But the world has evolved. We have moved from industrial age now. We are now in the age of technology. We are in what we call the 4th industrial revolution. The 5th one is emerging now. So all those things now, don't forget that when we were growing up, if you say you want to be an actor, you say, hear me. You want to be a footballer, hey, village people. Today now everybody wants to be a footballer. But all those things have now expired. Now everybody wants to move to the next level, IT, tech. And all the tech. So
tech
that's the way. So now, when you go to school, you learn, you come to use. But in order for them to keep you for 5 years or 4 years, they have to teach you what you need and what you don't need. Over 80% of what you learn in school today is useless when you graduate.
Over 80%.
Over 80%
Yes.
is useless. When
The
you graduate.
YDX.
Over 80% is useless. Now, number 2, the world that existed when you do, is it the matric they will do first? Convocation.
Matric first, convocation last.
The word that existed when you did matric, by the time you are doing convocation with the next round, that word is no more in existence. Because every 5 years there's a new world. 2019 and now are 2 different worlds. Pre-COVID, post-COVID. In 2019, nobody will ask you, is it virtual? It was not in our vocabulary. That's a new word. Before 2019, nobody will say, I want to work remotely. So if you are still now oppressing, no, you cannot do this. It's because you are still an analog mind in a digital age. You don't realize that things have changed. So companies are now rewriting policies, rewriting HR policy. Why? Because it's a new world. So people that are now telling you go to school, go and study this, go and study that, they are not bad people, but they are expired people. They are sincere, but they are sincerely wrong. They are telling you to go and do something that is useless. They are telling you to go and prepare to solve problem of yesterday instead of preparing you to solve tomorrow's problem. So they are no more relevant. So go to school to study a course that will solve today and tomorrow's problem. Not yesterday's problem. Because with the advent of AI, 4th industrial revolution, animatics, robotics, 3D printing, forget it all. All these courses you are studying is useless. So if you say you are doing medical doctor, medicine is expiring. Right now, medicine has expired up to 70%. We are 30% of medicine because there is nothing you want to do in medicine that AI cannot do, that machine cannot do, that robots cannot do. So if you are going to study medicine now, you are wasting your life away. And people are still starting now. They are entering school year 1 to go and do 7 years, and they will spend 50,000, 100,000. They will spend money, dollar, borrow money, student loan for the next 15 years. Now, why am I saying don't do that? Because the need are limited. So if we used to need 2 billion doctors, now we need 500,000. Just using that as a statistic. So the need is now reduced. And if all of you are rushing there, you will have nothing to do. So go and do my research. Fact check this. Majority of people now have master's degree that they are not using.
Yes.
Why? Because by the time they finish school, no job. Oh yeah, Kuku lost your master. Sai lost your master. They'll do master. By the time they now want to get a job, they will now use the BSc to go and get a job. Because they can't get a job. So there are a lot of people with masters now working with the lower degree. So what is all that? You're a master of nothing. Why? Because schools don't teach you financial intelligence. So everybody's going to school. When you now finish the school, you now want to look for a job. Who should now create the job?
That
So
you are
any
looking
education
for.
that is not teaching you how to become a job creator is a useless education. Any education that is not equipping you to begin to earn and add value to the environment is a expired education. So we're not saying don't go to school, get us right. But we're saying if you are going to go to school, the way the creator intended it is everybody is born with gift, talent, and potential. Everything that the spider needs to spin a web is inside the spider. Your gold is tied to your gift. Your treasure is tied to your talent. Your profit is tied to your potential. So the way you're supposed to do is discover what you have, then you now go and train to develop what you have. then you deploy it. So if you know people have studied medicine that are now fashion designer. People have studied architecture that are now cooks. So if you know you are a cook, once you have discovered that it's cooking, go to cooking school straight. Spend 1 year and start saying, these are the things you need to look for. So if you are listening to me right now, number one, what do you love to do? What is that thing that you love doing it? That you just love it? What is that thing that if you are doing it, you don't get tired?
It comes easy.
It just comes easy. People will struggle. I've written over 100 books today. How did I know I was good at writing? It's this. I just love writing. And what is that thing that is so easy for you to do, but difficult for others to do? Because when I discovered this writing, I was in school in Polytechnic, and then when